Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I want to do a pickups video, and I went overboard again as usual. Today I'm going to blame it on the pre-orders that I made. It's reminding me why I normally don't pre-order a whole bunch of stuff. I really think that's one of those ways that they get you to buy more things than you are intending. Several of these things were, right in my budget, planned purchases, but I didn't realize that quite so many things were that I pre-ordered were all kind of coming out at the same time. I guess I knew it, but I figured I'll just sort it out. So it's not a big deal. Only 2 games this time, and I think there's a couple reasons for that. One is that I think I'm just taking a little bit of a breather on games right now, and I think I've identified the reason for that. At first I wasn't really sure. I'm like, oh, why am I kind of frustrated with games right now? And I really think it has to do with wanting to really enjoy the stuff that I'm getting. And I realized I'm getting stuff, and I feel like I can't enjoy it, and it's really bothering me. Even, some of the stuff that I got, I feel like either if I haven't had the time or energy to enjoy it, or when I've sat down to play it, sort of like Persona 4 Golden, I almost feel like I haven't been able to give it enough of a chance to enjoy it properly, and I don't want to be feeling that way anymore. So honestly, I think these things that I've gotten here that aren't games, feel like they're things that are easier for me to enjoy right now. If that makes sense. I think that's really what I've been enjoying about these particular things that I've gotten. To start with, I'll do a game here. I picked up Namco Museum Volume 3. This is one that you guys might remember I had other games in the Namco Museum series. I was showing off Legend of Valkyrie, which is Namco Museum 5, and this is a collection I've been just picking away at over the past 2 or 3 years, not in any big hurry, but I now have the full set of the whole, it spells out Namco when you put them all together. This next stuff, I'm going to go over some anime here. I've actually been watching some stuff on Netflix again. Some things I've been wanting to see for a long time, just catching up on some old stuff, and one of those things was Cyber City Uedo. This is a really cool 3-part OAV series. We're talking Studio Madhouse from 1990-ish, and sort of in that era of cyberpunk, and it says from the director of Ninja Scroll. I mean, it has that Ninja Scroll kind of character designs and animation style to it, but it's got a real Ghost in the Shell, sort of that style of cyberpunk feeling to it. When I saw the first couple OAVs, I was like, alright, this is pretty good, but somehow by the time I saw the third one, I'd really warmed up to it, and I just really enjoyed it. I think this is kind of a classic bit of anime history, so I decided I really wanted to have this one, so I picked that up. The next one is 8-Man After. This is something that's kind of interesting. I was essentially ran the anime club at my school for a couple years, and I remember one semester, the second year probably, we got some new students in, and some new people joined the club, and it was kind of it had sort of boiled down to just this small group, and the tastes of the new people in the group were pretty different from the tastes of the other people, and one of the few things that we could all really agree on was 8-Man. So we ended up watching a lot of 8-Man that semester, and honestly, I don't know if this is the 8-Man that we were watching. I watched the whole thing, and it was good. This is a dub only, and I think this might be a streamline release, but I'm looking at this and there's not a lot of branding on here, so I'm sort of like, is this a bootleg or what? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I certainly didn't think that it was, but at any rate, it's pretty good. but I don't know if this is, you know, the exact series that we saw. This is it seems like there's a second 8-man, so they allude to an original series. I don't know a whole lot about this, what parts of it were animated and what weren't. I also grabbed Samurai Hunt for the Sword. And you guys might remember I picked up, I think it's Kaiten Ranma Miyabi for the PlayStation 1. This is the anime that's based on that, or vice versa. I think it is based on the game. You know, it was okay. This wasn't really as good as I was hoping. I think it's only 2 OAVs. It's like 60 minutes total, so there isn't a whole lot of time to cover a lot of stuff in this. And it reminds me of like Tenchi Muyo. It had a little bit of a like harem anime feeling to it. I even think this might be AIC that did the animation. I don't see that on the back here, but anyway, I could be wrong. But it has that feeling to it, and but it just, you know, it didn't seem like it was really long enough to get very far. You know, the characters were okay, the story was okay, it was all right. I'm hoping that if I, you know, sit down and play the game, that it might be more engaging even than that was. One of my bigger purchases, again, this was a planned purchase. I decided to get Digicarrot Mule. I actually have the whole series here. This is gosh, 9 DVDs, I think, something like that. It's a pretty big a pretty big set there. But Right Stuff was having a really good deal. I think they were they were basically like $10 each, and then I might have had a coupon or something like that, and I just realized for one of the series that you know, that I like a lot. I've mentioned before that I like Digicarrot. I was like, I just should have this in my collection, and I've really been wanting to watch it again. So I've gotten halfway through this. I think I'm up to DVD 5 or probably 6. Just watching it when I, you know, get home from work and stuff like that, and it's really fun. You know, I guess from who is it? Koge Donbo's character designs here. You know, I mean, it looks like a show for little girls or something, which I guess in, you know, shows for little girls' defense can sometimes be pretty good in Japan in terms of stuff like Sailor Moon or Ojamajo Doremi or something like that. You know, those are shows that stand up, I think. And but Digicarrot, I think it stands up in that way too. But I also don't know that it's like, I think it looks deceptive. This really is more of a parody. It's more of a just a regular comedy. And it has a lot of just sort of otaku kind of references in it. It's basically a product of Broccoli, and Broccoli like has a chain of stores called Gamers. I think there's 20 Gamers locations right now. One of them is in Akihabara. I don't know if it's the main one or what, but it's the one that I've been to. And so I mean, these characters also serve as kind of the mascots of Broccoli. So, you know, I think in some way it's sort of a really in thing with like the people that shop at those stores, and then like they made their own animation that they sell at their stores where, you know, they sell other anime and stuff. It's kind of it's just a neat thing, and it's a really cute, fun series. So anyway, I was really glad to pick that up. I've been wanting that for a long time. This was one of the pre-orders that I got. We have the Witch and the 100 Knight. This is something that hasn't even graced my PS3. I just got it and, you know, looked at it and was like, hey, this is cool. So this is your typical kind of thing. It's like an art book. You end up with like character designs and various things, but a lot of really nice artwork to go along with this particular show or a particular game. So I think that's nice, just for a little, you know, little art book include. And you have the game, of course, which they had a little thing where you could vote on what pictures you wanted to show up in the box. But I mean, essentially they used all of the images, so I don't know that the people voting had, you know, made very much difference. But I do notice that on the reversible cover here, these are actually the 2 images that won the voting, so you can flip it around and have those as your cover, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, of course, it comes with a soundtrack too, which you know, again, I haven't listened to this. I'm just like, oh, the artwork looks cool. I mean, hopefully the music is good, and hopefully the game is good. This also comes with a little figure. It's another one of these mini Nendoroids. This is what it has, and this seems pretty intricate. You know, you've got the whole base and like little accessories and all that kind of stuff. So I want to kind of put this together and see what this is like. So just give me a sec here. So I managed to get this together here. This isn't going to focus up close, but you can see here that is the Pucci Nendoroid for whatever her name is, Metallia or Metallica or something like that. And yeah, so you know, that's I think that one is pretty nice. I guess that's technically my third one of those. You had a couple little, I guess she has like tufts of hair, or maybe their ears or something like that. If you don't have her hat on, you can put those on. So of course you have extra parts, which is what I don't like about these. But we will see, in addition to that one, I guess for somebody who doesn't like Nendoroid that much, I have another one here, my first official full Nendoroid, which will be coming up. But before that, I want to show off another figure. This is something I pre-ordered. Really excited to get this. This is the Noir figure from Hyperdimension Neptunia, the animation. And there you can see kind of a nice shot of her on the side there. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I've already put this together. I got this, I don't know, a few days ago, a little while ago. So there she is. It's got a nice big clear base. And you know, I have a few other figures that are kind of this size. And you know, this one, honestly, if I have to, you know, nitpick a little bit, I do have some gripes about it. It doesn't really feel to me like the highest quality of these kinds of figures that I've gotten, and it actually was, I would say, more expensive than probably any of the other ones that I have. For instance, like her hands are painted. It seems like, you know, because of her clothing here, this was black plastic that then was painted over, whereas this is like skin-colored plastic and stuff like that. But you know, I do think that this is really nice, just in terms of the detail. You have like a lot of ribbons and frills and stuff because of her outfit, and they did a really good job of capturing all of that. Additionally, like, I was not super thrilled about like the plastic for her hair, but I'm realizing now that it's actually semi-transparent, which is pretty neat. I think it's I think they maybe painted it so it's kind of really opaque here, but then as you trail out, it's a little, yeah, it's hard to see. Maybe if I get a light there, you can see it's kind of transparent. So, you know, at first I was a little bit like, I don't know about the quality of that, but I actually, now that I know that, it's pretty cool. So anyway, very excited to have this. This looks really nice in my shelf with my other figures, and what I'm really hoping is that I'd love to see them do a whole set of the figures. I'm hoping that we get some of the other characters in their casual clothes as far as the series goes. But anyway, I was excited to get that. Additionally, I wanted another figure. I've been talking about, you know, the Nendoroids, and I'm kind of like, you know, they're alright, but I kind of wanted to just have one just to see, you know, see what they're like, if they're really, you know, all that bad. And you know, I really like Neptunia and the whole series and the characters and everything. I like that they're branching out with the games and doing some different stuff with them. So what I ended up picking up is the last volume of the Blu-ray for the animation, and I did get a chance to see this. You know, it's sort of behind some kind of weird, I don't know if it's a paywall or what it is on Funimation's site. I just got kind of fed up with it, so I watched it via other means, but I enjoyed it. So I ended up picking up this. This is the special edition, and it has this this little book with it. This is just kind of, you know, the manual, I guess, if you need one for a show. But, you know, this has all kinds of cool stuff, designs and artwork, and I don't know, there's text. It might be article or interview kind of stuff. It comes in a nice box that you saw there, and you've got this. It's actually like sort of foil pattern to it. I don't know if you can really see, but on both sides of that, and there's a whole like extras disc. You've got this processor disc, special CD. You've got the Blu-ray there. They really went all out on this, and it came with a Nendoroid. So this is obviously Nendoroid 378. This is Neptune in her regular form, and this is just looks like a really cute figure here. I'll go ahead and show it off. I've put it together, and you know, of course, you have that thing where it's like, well, how do you want to put it together? And I don't know. I mean, I've got her with the holding the Neptune controller, and you know, she's got her little squeezed eye expression, like she's playing a game and having fun. So that one's pretty cute. You know, you've got the base that they stand in. This seems to be kind of the typical setup for these, and you know, that's all it is. It's a little cute figure. It just sits there. This isn't huge, but you can do a size comparison to the Pucci figures. You can see kind of the difference on those there. So it's a little bit bigger, a little nicer. It's hard to call it like more detailed, because really that Pucci figure, like, she just had this kind of a more detailed model, more detailed painting and everything. But I like the size for these. This is kind of like for like a cute chibi SD figure. This is sort of the right scale. Maybe you can see compared to her. You know, I don't know. Somehow that kind of works out. So anyway, you know, I'm pleased with that too, and I guess, you know, if they come out with Nendoroids for the other characters from Neptunia, I might get those too. The completionist in me wants to have the whole set of the Blu-rays. Now that I have this one, I'm kind of like, oh man. It's neat to have because I liked the animation, and you know, I can just watch it in Japanese and enjoy it like that. So it's not a lot of skin off my nose not having, you know, like a US release or something, but you know, I really was looking at this as more a way of picking up this figure and just kind of seeing, you know, how I liked that more than the animation. So we'll see. You know, I'm not planning to get the rest of the anime on Blu-ray. I guess you know, don't expect me to stop playing games here or stop picking them up. But I really think I wanted a couple figurines. You know, I guess. They look nice on my shelf. They're, you know, they're not hard to enjoy. I don't have to feel guilty about them because they're sitting on my shelf and I'm not playing them. All I need to do is look at these. So yeah, that's what I picked up. Again, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me again for some more videos coming up here pretty soon. Thanks for watching.